Hi, my name is Ingargiola. I'm the head instructor for Shihan Self-Defense Centers. The name of the art that we teach is called Shihan KEMPO Karate. I'd like you to welcome you to our brown belt, first degree video. It's the last video in a series of 11 designed to take you from white belt to the rank of first degree black belt. There's many techniques, many concepts, lots of mental positioning. Let's get started with information. One quick note, just remember this is designed to enhance, expose, reinforce the techniques from the instructor, not to replace the training from your instructor. Nothing replaces that. Thomas, come on out. Okay, first technique, some blocking concepts, is called a dropping elbow block, like this. How you might be using it is you went to strike him and he throws a kick and you kind of drop back. There's an opening, he goes for it, and you drop down right in that way. So from here is right in. Another blocking concept is called the phoenix eye. Kind of exact opposite. The dropping elbow is like this. It's a very fine pointed technique this way. Kind of a yin-yang concept. He strikes in and you kind of come down using the back part of your hand and this to come in and hit nerves. If he came in with like an elbow technique or hand technique, coming in this way. If he's throwing a high hand strike up or high kick, coming up under this way, or he throws a punch up under this way. So you get the phoenix eye. Another one is called the dragon hand. Kind of, so one block with a circle like this. He throws a punch, kind of block and pull back towards your center. He throws a punch, pull block, right through the center. It's a block, pull, snake technique. Another one's called the iron wall. It's a high block and a circle block. He throws up a kicking technique, boom. He goes to grab me, boom. Then you would set up and do the rest of your techniques. As far as some hand strikes, you have a dragon flick. It's like a rake and a gouge, but that would be going up to his eyes. Boom, boom. Just so you can feel it, and then right in. Boom. You have a twin dragon strike, one dragon, two dragons, right to the eyes. That's how you'd be penetrating, but you'd be going up towards the eyes. Another one's called the dragon's head, coming up under the nerves in here. You'll be doing it together like this, or separate, or other times in here. Great nerve cavity strikes from that way. Some dragon-oriented kicks. Dragon kicks are many kicks that put two concepts together. Where snake kicking ends, dragon kicking picks up. You see a lot of similarities. There's a gray area there. When you have your roundhouse kick from before, if you use more of your shin up across his back, that's a smash kick that way. Or coming up with your shin up across the midsection, that's a smash kick that way. When you do kicking techniques, such as your spinning crescent, your spinning hook, when you do techniques where your foot kind of is a little bit more straight, watch how this foot straightens out. That's a wheel kick. Boom. That's in the dragon family. When you bring your foot up and it kind of follows two paths at one time, kind of going up and out, boom. Some people call it snake, some people call it dragon. Doesn't matter as long as it's in your arsenal. That's what's important. Another kicking technique is called a scissor kick. Watch. This is a jumping front ball kick. Boom. The only difference about the scissor kick is your hips do a scissoring motion. When you do a stepping stool kick, the scissor kick just comes back. So watch how this hip after it goes out, comes back. I kick him, and it comes back to here. That's a scissoring motion. A flying side kick, I take two steps, I hop up, boom, I kick him away. Be very careful with that. Left step, right comes up. My left foot right here is going to come up, and I'm going to kick, boom. That's the concept of the flying side kick. Step, step, bang. And you'll be going into other techniques from there. Another concept, see we covered them all, flying side kick, smash kick, scissor kick. Okay. Is knocking down both pillars. You can be knocking down both legs with full-blown sweeping motions that way, such as the dragon tail or the iron broom. You could be coming in with sweeping techniques such as this. Remember, this video is not designed to show off. It's designed to help you with the techniques. sweeping in this way. Another concept of knocking down both pillars, and what's really trying to get the concept here, is hitting one knee and then banging into the other. Let's make sure we get that on a good scene here. You hit his one knee and you hit the other knee, you take him down. Or, look here, getting dirty here, from the same concept, is you're out here further, hit the one knee, hit the other. Knocking down the pillars of the temple is the concept. There's his temple, those are his pillars. Kick, boom. In fact, when you do a crescent quick side, just like that, watch. Crescent quick side like that, you're actually in the dragon family. Thank you, Thomas. Those are the initial concepts. You'll see them used in the reaction. You'll see them used in the classical part of the next section. The next concept I like to work on is the traditional KEMPO techniques. The first one is called Dragon Rides the Wind. Your opponent strikes in. Remember, this striking is not about fighting, it's about body positioning. I say this in every video. I don't want you to get caught up thinking this is the fight. You just try to learn how to block, where to strike to, how to position your body, and learn about things. So as he strikes in, you kind of block, pulling into your center, palm. Come across, a little right to the eye maybe, breaking. Start, keep twisting your hip, ridge hand, step, ridge hand, pull down, elbow and knee to the back simultaneous. Let's go from this direction. Dragon rides the wind. If you want to hide one hand behind the other and then spring out, he comes in, whoom. See how I'm pulling him in. There's that elbow. There's the hit. Here's the other hit. Watch how this foot comes all the way around. Hits, pulls back, and huh! Okay, that's Dragon rides the wind. Next one, which is Dragon whips its tail. Why don't you punch in lefty right now? Step back. It shouldn't make a difference right or left. This would be a good camera position for you. Trap. Get settled. Crescent. Catch your balance momentarily. Come back with another crescent or with a snaking motion. Tiger. Get the levels of the face as we discussed in earlier tapes. Hammer strike down. Just punch in on this side. Step back. Notice the left foot went back now. I did a block and trap as we discussed earlier in other tapes. Crescent kick. Re-catch. There's the snaking motion. There's the crescent. Either way. Right up. Tiger. Hook the levels of the face. Pull down. Elbow hammer. That's and see how the concepts come in from the earlier parts. The last one, called double dragon, punch in, you block, there's that dragon hand block, there's the twin dragon strike, there's a dragon kick, comes up like you're going that way, shoots in, there's the double dragon hand strikes, into the groin or into the inside, step back, watch this elbow as they plant. Let's do that from the other side. Strikes in, so I get him extended. Bring my foot up, come through, hit in, he's extended, I hit. Taking out the pillars, and there we go. Thank you, Thomas. When doing the KEMPO techniques, I do them very slowly so you can get precisely what the techniques are. Don't go super fast. Get it down righty, get it down lefty, then start working on the speed of your techniques. Next is the three official combinations. Number 14, as my opponent strikes in, I block and I kind of catch myself. I jump up, boom, and do a kicking motion. If I want to block, boom, and kind of pull in and boom like that, I can do that. Doesn't matter which way you're really doing it. You can also do it this way. You can block and kind of bang, kick at the same time and go into other techniques. You can even block here and jump up, boom, and kind of go to the outside. There's all different ways to play around with that. But 14 combinations basically just as a block, kind of earthing yourself, getting set, leap up, boom, and land. Great, like if you're caught in a corner with somebody, to jump up, we're fighting, to jump up is such a surprise. It gets people nervous. They're expecting a really high kick, you can kick them high, or you can kick them lower. Next concept is combination number 15. Block between the wrist and the elbow. Next block is you cross between the elbow and the shoulder. Spin them. Keep this hand here in case something comes around. Use that ridge hand again. His center and inertia will be going that way. If he's not in class, just give him a little push. Bring him down. Keep this ridge tucked into here. Palm, hit the solar plexus, hit the chin up, elbow hammer, and then you would hit the chest as you pull your leg out. So make sure your partner knows this technique. If you're doing it on a lower rank, make sure they know to slap. Ready? And you slip out like that. Let's punch him with your left hand. Block, block. His energy keeps going. I come in the back door, hitting. If his hips are moving out from his forward motion, great. If not, give him a little tug. Got it controlled. Hit. Elbow hammer. Boom. There's many variations of combination 15. If you feel like you're losing him, let him drop to the floor. But basically, you want his center draped over your nice solid foundation. And combination number 26. Your opponent strikes in, you block, hit with a leopard paw, right up in here, turn, knocking the arm out, elbow, palm, watch my hips still moving, sweep, chop. Let's do that. Lefty, he swings in, block, there's my leopard paw. As I pass through, I just kind of bang him out. He's kind of open, not a big move. Elbow, my hips keep moving in, palm, sweep, takedown. And one more time. When you do your techniques, going a little bit quicker, that's fine as far as speed. Thank you, Thomas. Any faster than that, wait till you're sparring. The idea is he gets a good slap out, you get to work your techniques. Better to put the right points to the right points than just to go fast for the sake of trying to look good. Practice the righty and lefty, work on them constantly. Now I'd like to work with you on 5 kata. I will do it in the air slowly, talking through it. I'll have Thomas come out, work on the application, then I'll do it again so you can see how it would flow. First move from front position, you have a traditional bow, horse stance, X block, open-handed, half moon forward, block, back 2 knuckle strike, block, open-handed back 2 knuckle, half moon back, you're in a right half moon stance, open ridge block, poke, half moon back, you're in a left half moon stance, open ridge, poke, come back to a horse stance, block down, block up, strike to the throat and into the midsection area. Block, fading, block, rock back to a back 2 knuckle. Pine tree position, look left, right, shoot out like 1 kata, hammer to the side, hammer this way. Very important, as your weight lands, that's when you do that. 1 step, boom, flying side kick, crane position. Step into a half moon stance. There will be a beat to the back wall. There's going to be a block like this and a ridge strike. You're going to retreat back with a left-handed press or strike. Poke. Open. Grab to the upper head of the region. You could be hitting the jaw and the eyes. Knee kick. Block. Back 2 knuckle. Cover or grasp. Darting kick or the whip kick. Block, press, poke. Let's have Thomas come out. Let's work a little bit on the application. From here, he throws a kick. You're basically just blocking and striking, blocking and striking, or blocking and striking, or he throws a kick, you block, he throws a punch, and you're just working on double blocks. That's the same both right there. Here, you block and you're poking. You block and you poke. I see that's pretty simple as far as you see is what you get. The next motion, you come down like this, he's maybe going to grab you, you block downwards. You hit his head up, go into the solar plex and throat area, or you can do some liver damage. If you don't feel comfortable, you can change it to a leopard paw and a poke. The instructor will give me some other more details. He could be throwing a kicking motion, he could be blocking down, he comes in with the grabbing, in, strike. The next motion, when you fade back, watch your two hands. He throws a punch, he throws a kick, boom, rock back. That's that motion right there. From here, when you're like this, that next motion when you're like this, go on this side. You rock back, boom, you cover. Maybe you set him up, he thinks he's gonna block this, you hit him there. Or you do this, he lifts his hand up, you hit him there. A quick shot here, and come back to him, a quick shot. The next move is come on this side right here, Tom, is you would just be, now if you need to take 2 steps because he's further away, you take 2 steps. I'll take 2 steps right now because he's further away. 1, 2, boom. When you're doing that flying side kick, it's very deceptive. If you jump up high and kick low, you can go anywhere here. Pretty much knee, throat, head region is about your best targets. After you do the flying side kick on your opponent, boom, I'm hitting Thomas in the chest for safety reasons. You go into a crane position. So perhaps the gentleman is throwing a kick at you. Remember, this is just ideas. The main thing is designed to teach you patterns of movement, get your body flowing, learn the patterns of the system. So you block. Now here, you can be blocking here, striking here, pressing, poking, opening up, grabbing his eyes, do a knee and a kick. Kicking with that foot. You're kind of blocking. You could also, instead of be blocking here, you could be hitting the jaw and hitting the groin, then hitting the solar plexus, hitting the throat, blocking if anything is there, opening up, hitting, and then doing a knee kick. And from here you'd be blocking and punching somebody from this position. You throw a punch, you just be, boom, you hit him in the face, he's gone. Or, one of the more favorite ones, you hit him here, he bends over, and that's this motion here, you lock on. Picture I got him like this. Got a nice little front strangulation hold here. As I got him here like this, somebody comes up from the backside of me here, and I just dart a kick out, or, it was taught to me 2 ways by my original KEMPO instructor, Mr. Mishu. You can come right up to his groin, like if he had you like this, you got this guy like this guy's got you like that, and you come right up. You'll see it come in handy when you do the 2-person grappling. Or, from here, a person gets you like this, you could be, boom, using that technique that way. There's many ways to pull that back dragon kick. And the dragon kick, remember I said before, was vague, so there's the vagueness of it. If you like this, boom, or up here like that, boom. Now you got this guy here like this, remember? Because we came here, I get excited during this stuff. You block, you hit him here, you lock on, you got him, you do this kick or that kick there. Watch my left hand, I kind of press him away, and I do a quick little snake poke, and then I'm done. Thank you, Thomas. Obviously you're going to have to play that section back several times because I talked about lots of different things. And just to see the flow of 5 kata, practice it in the air, practice it on a partner with some gear on, working the techniques, practice in the bag, practice strikes on boards. Just don't do it as a dance. Start the 5th set, north side. From the front position, you have your bow, you're still doing your salutation. Look to the right, horse stance, back fist. Go to a half moon position with a shudo block, quick shudo strike. Step, turn, block, front 2-knuckle punch. Lean back like 5 kata, block, chasing down with a cross position, back fist. Half turn, 7 block, horse stance with the shovel punch, half moon stance, 5 block, hammer, come through, the dragon block, leopard paw. Jump back, the dropping elbow, there it is. Half moon in, with the back 2-knuckle, back fist, excuse me. Half moon block, shuffle in, elbow, palm block, palm strike, fade back, side kick, cover. So have Thomas come out, work a little bit on that. Actually, probably the best way for you to see it will be to, let's just do it. That's probably the best way for you to see it. Then I'll do his side later when we're talking about it. We'll both bow, he'll do the south side. Now remember, what we're gonna do here is one possible explanation. The two-man fist is against a working partner. I step out, he blocks, he strikes at me, I block, I strike back at him. I just struck at him, now I have to block. I block, now I come in for my punch. He goes to kick me, I block. I go to chase him down, he gets out of the way, he blocks. He goes to kick me with the smash kick, I block. I go into shovel, he uses his three pinion concept, he comes in with the shot, I block. I go to his ribs, he goes for the strike here, and there we are. He comes in with the side elbow, I drop back. That could have been a side kick, this is just a form. We both meet, he blocks, he goes for a chop, I block, he shuffles back, he does that Phoenix eye block on me, I block, I go for his ribs, he goes for my ribs, boom, I go to kick him, he does a trapping or blocking mechanism, goes, covers into the iron wall, and there we are. Thank you, Thomas. You'll see that south side in a minute. So when I'm doing the north side, you can't try to learn both sides at one time, you have to get one side down. Now, I'd like to take a moment and do the south side for you. When doing the south side, reverse the bow and the salutation. Turn, block, front two knuckle, block. Come in with a back fist motion, horse stance, cat, front kick, turn, block, do the smash kick, cover, come in with the chop, block, to the eyes, elbow, cover, shot, Phoenix, block, block, do your trap, end up in the iron wall. Thomas, come on out. This section, you should be like kind of just watching to see it, but don't try to learn from right now. You'll totally confuse yourself. Learn the one side your instructor's working with, practice it. Just utilize this to kind of understand what's going on. Don't try to work both sides yet. So he'll be doing the north, I'll be doing the south. Blocking. The first move is my block. Remember, the first move, I said the word blocking out loud. The first move of his is a strike. First move of mine is a block. And I keep saying to myself, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. So from here, he comes in, block. It's my turn to strike. Boom, it's my turn to block. Boom, I just block, so I step, it's my turn to strike. This is the part where everybody gets messed up. My hand striking, he's blocking. Now he throws his punch. I block, kick, he goes to chase me down. I'm out and I cover. Smash kick, he comes in, I cover myself. Chopping motion, he goes to my ribs. I go for his eyes, there we're at. I come in with the elbow. We meet. Chop, Phoenix eye. I come up, he goes to my ribs, I block, I go for his ribs. He goes to kick, I trap, I'm in the iron wall, and he's there. In fact, when you do, you can just keep, thank you, Thomas. You can just keep going around and around in a circle and get a good workout for several minutes. So when doing the south side, keep it separate for right now. When doing it, do it in the air, get it down. Do it with a partner as all forms. This one gives you a set visualization, practice the set visualization, then start making up your own. Do it on bags, practice some board break strikes, practice a variety. That's the key, to experience the techniques, not just to reproduce it like a monkey. Good luck, work on it hard. Thank you, guys. What I'd like to work on is a little speed requirement. Each belt rank, there was different speed requirements. Some of them might be able to meet easily, some might have been a little bit hard. You might say, well, I can do that. Well, if you can do it, just practice it. Each belt rank was something different. Now, what you're going to be asked to do is to get 4 quick strikes. I think that was more than 4, but 4 quick strikes, you know, in a split second. On your black belt test, we'll be timing you, actually going for 5 good strikes following this. But right now, what I do is get going, flowing with 4, at least 2 being kicks, and try to get some sort of spin in there. Have Thomas Campbell and Patrick Piggott demonstrating. Hey. Good. Keep going. Good. Thank you. Put the bag off to the side and grab the boards. When doing that, you might say, well, that looks easy. Great. It's an experience. Get it down. Practice it, right, left, make up your own, so you can just make them up spontaneously. You don't even have a set pattern, you just fly right through it. When you can do that, you'll feel very comfortable just exploding on somebody. Next, with the board breaking, you've probably done 2 boards already. But by now, what I want you to be doing, when we test you for black belt, you have to break 2 boards here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. In the last video, we did, I think, the feet. Now we're doing the hands. If you can do it already, great. The key to being a successful martial artist is being able to do it a variety of strikes with different limbs. Move up this way a little bit. So when you test for black belt, you should be able to do right hand, right foot, left foot, with different types of strikes. So Thomas is doing a right roundhouse elbow. If there's a doubt, is there a doubt in your mind you can do that? No. No, you've done it lots of times. The key is to be so successful practicing in the air, your instructor giving you critique on your technique, practicing on the bags left and right, focus. So when you stand in front of that, the first time you do it, you know you can do it. Ready? Yeah! Good. Probably did a few more than 2. Get the other 2 pieces for Patrick. Put those off to the side. And what strike are you going to do for us? A palm? Okay. The key when you're holding the boards is for you hold it to be in a nice set position. Also, if you're going to put your hand in front of somebody, don't hold it this way where you can get hurt. Hold it this way and you turn away. So he'll be demonstrating his palm strike and right in. Thank you, gentlemen. When doing these types of things, it's just good practice. There'll be other types of breaks that will also be coming on later. Yeah! That's a speed break. Now what I'd like to do is have, actually just wait 1 second, we'll clean up and get these boards out of here. Okay, now we got ourselves all cleared up and ready to go. Let's go to the weapon section. Remember back in the early videos, we handled club technique overhead, to the side, somebody holding you. We've actually been doing no-minded club techniques for a while. Now, what I'd like you to start doing, and I think we talked about this last video, better to have overlapping concepts in the videos than to have a gap. Get role-playing with your movements going on. Like you come up and you can be dressed in street clothes at your dojo, you should do that every once in a while, and start pushing the person. Hey, you! Come on, I want you to give it to me now, man. Give me your car keys. You know, whatever the person's saying, and practice with that. The techniques are the same. The ones you've been practicing on with your partner, the ones you've been doing on tests, the ones you've been doing at self-defense in tournaments, the ones you've been demonstrating in class. They're all the same, but you do the role playing and you get started with it. The key is to wait to the proper moment that you can get something done. Don't react right away. Reacting right away might be the answer. You'll know when the right time to go is. Create the opportunity for yourself. So you're here like this, and I'm gonna turn my back to him. I'm just looking at the, hey, what's up? Hey, put that down, put that down. I didn't really wait. I just kind of felt that was the opportunity. Guy approaches me at a park, so I hit him. You know what I'm saying? We could change the situation. Maybe I'm coming out of the store with some packages, and he's got a crowbar in his hands or something of that nature. And I'm just here like this, and he says something to me.
Hey,
what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Okay, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. Boom. That's all, something simple. I didn't even wait till he struck. Start doing it. You got to create the right opportunity. I can make it harder for Thomas. You can go back and forth with your partner. And you can lock him down, put him into holds, and he goes, that's fine. It's the key is getting going. You can walk up to him and say, you know, I don't like it, man. I told you not to park over here. You and your friends come down here and park all the time, running up and down the street, making noise. I can't sleep. My kids can't sleep. You know, this is your car. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? It's going to be your head now. Ooh. Yeah. And that's the concept. Excellent, Thomas. Thank you. When you're doing your techniques, that's the key. He did that move hundreds of times in the dojo, but how many times has he done it with a situation like that? That's the key. Get the situations going so your mind starts to it helps prevent brain freezing. When doing your gun techniques, don't practice with a real gun. There's no need. If you treat your weapons in class like they're real, don't do this to each other. Oh, hey, it's your turn. If you treat it with respect that way, especially the knives, people flipping them across their dojos, treat it with respect and it'll work better for you. Now, when you're doing your gun techniques, there's nothing new going on here. We've been doing this already. Get the role playing down completely and try to wait for the right moment to do something. The right moment doesn't come, then it doesn't come. And when I say to do something, I've told this before and I keep talking about it all the time. Giving up is an option, but when you give up, you got to give up properly. If somebody's got a gun on you and you're like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Okay, here's my one, okay? And go, that's fine. I tossed my money in one direction and I turned and went the other way. I have most of my money in this pocket, I have my wallet here, and I just flip it in this direction. What did he come for? If he came to shoot me, he's going to shoot me. If he came for money, he's going to take my money. And he might miss anyway. Gunfights from 3 to 9 feet, most police officers, they miss. So he can miss too. He's not trained. So work on your role-playing of giving up. If you work on your role-playing of giving up, having your money in one spot and your wallet in another spot, when somebody goes to attack you and wants your money, demands your money, and gets you like this, okay, I'm just gonna use my wallet, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, like that, you gotta practice that. If you don't practice it, you're not gonna do it. Also, knowing that you know how to give up properly will help you develop techniques. So, from here, Pat does something to me, no mind role-playing. I gotta wait for the right opportunity to do something. It could be right away, it could be a few seconds. But the key thing with all weapon defense and all self-defense situations is never, ever, ever, I think that's pretty clear, is that pretty clear? Ever leave with somebody. This is the initial crime scene. Don't leave this crime scene to leave with him to go into the woods 50 feet over there. What's the reason? If he wants to do something over to you here, he can do it here. If he's going over there, you're not coming back. So stay here. If you have to go, then do something as soon as you start heading that way with them. Never get to that spot because it'll be removed, it'll be quieter. It's very deadly. So from here, he does something.
Go on the ground. Go on the ground. You.
Oh, what? Hey, oh, gee, what do you want? What do you want? No. I made the opportunity with Patrick not to go to the ground. He pointed a little bit towards the ground. I took that opportunity to come down and here. Now it's not over. It went off, the gun went off, and I chopped him in here. It's not over. From there, I might have to come back, put him in an arm bar, do some motions, lock up. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I want to hold him. Honey, call the cops, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or I start hitting him in here and I start knocking him out, or I break his arm. When you're doing your techniques, many times when you hit somebody back in here, you'll get a relaxation of the arm, but don't treat it like that. Come in and break his arm. You know what I'm saying? Doing techniques like this aren't going to do anything. He's going to shoot you. So no matter what he does, and also notice, I made it hard for him. He's calling me out. I didn't turn around first. He might have walked up and hit me or whatever. Work on your role playing. Once a month in my dojo, I like everybody have come in. I know I'm talking fast. I got a lot to say. I have them come in with street clothes on and work on the techniques. It's a lot different when you're standing with your gi, and you're nice and warmed up and you're whatnot, and you're doing your techniques this way. I'll do one on Patrick. let's say, let's do the standard ATM machine. You're at the ATM machine, Pat? Let's come and put the machine right over here. You're doing what you have to do. And I just walk up to him and go, hey, 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 don't move. I'll shoot you. Head down, head down. Don't look at me, don't look at me. Come on, take out some money. Take out some money. Come on, take out some money. Take some money out of the machine. Very good. Patrick, thank you, Patrick. Patrick utilized my pointing at the machine. When I went like this and started pointing at the machine, take the money out. He utilized that to do a technique. That's excellent. If the opportunity wasn't there, he'd have to wait. But if you practice the role playing, you'll start to see the opportunities, or you'll change your body positioning to create opportunities. It's not about being faster or stronger than your attacker. The next section is talking about an attacker with two knives. In the future, whenever you learn how to do something, if you learn how to throw a front kick, you should learn how to defend against a front kick. If you learn how to defend against a knife, your instructor will teach you how to utilize a knife. I don't want to get into it at this point, but there's many techniques you can use if you have to use a weapon from your kitchen or if you can take a weapon away from somebody. I don't think this needs a time or the place to be demonstrating this, because I don't know who's watching it, so that'll come from your instructor. We've done everything we could possibly do with one knife, I believe, in past videos, correct? Now he has two knives. How can a guy have two knives? You know, I don't know why he has two knives. There's a story several years ago of a gentleman who duct taped two big knives to his hands and he went on a rampage. And the police had to use a big wide crowbar to put him up against the wall. You're probably not walking around with a big wide crowbar. So what are you going to do? Well, I don't think you want to go in and take a beating. So if you watch the other videos, you probably already know what I'm going to say. Here, he starts, you do your role playing a little bit like this, like this, and wham! It's the spin. My main arteries, all my important areas spun away. I even leaned a little bit. I know we talked about pass before, don't lean on kicks. I even leaned a little bit and took out his knee that way. Now I can run. We joked around just before when Tom got the knives. He goes, what are you going to do? He just untaped. I said, I'd run. I don't mean that joking around. There's nothing wrong with seeing a situation and understanding the seriousness of it and taking off. But if you're faced with having to deal with them, as he's like that, wham, right in here. Or from in here, wham, remember the wheel kick from earlier? See, I'm lean, I want to get myself out of the way. I don't want to go so far out of the way that I got no power. That's no good. But from here, you just wham, or in here, use your distance kicking techniques. If you had to charge him, you charge him with that flying side kick from earlier. If you have to kick him, you probably want to try to kick the nerves up in this way and get out one of the things and try to fight with your legs because your legs are a little bit further along. Thank you. I didn't want to get massively into that because, like I said before, it gets kind of very serious. And not that I'm anti-serious, but there could be children watching and whatnot. Your instructor will deal with that you. But the main thing, if you're dealing with something as serious as that, use your legs with your spin away, your flying side kick, and using your legs to kick and then go in. If you get them down to one knife, then you're in a pretty good situation. Before we get into two-person attacks, one thing with that knife technique I was talking about before, come in with street clothes, take an ink pad and put the knives, whenever you're working the knives, kind of a little edge of ink on them, and when you're doing your techniques, you'll have a good idea where you're getting hit or not hit, and what areas and non-vital areas. I'd like to have Thomas and Patrick come out. Thank you, gentlemen, come on out. We're going to do several two-on-one situational stuff. What's very interesting to see is you see a lot of overlapping concepts here. We've done awareness drills, no-mind drills, grab jiu-jitsu techniques, sparring techniques, and grappling Randori techniques throughout all the videos, throughout every section, every video. What you're going to see is a lot of it as you watch. If you watched from the white one to the yellow, orange, purple, blue, blue stripe, green, green stripe, I'll get this out, brown 1, brown 2, now finally the last brown, you'll see there's a converging. Things start looking more and more because we're bringing all your fighting elements together, and you'll see that right now. First drill is something called the dragon circle. You actually need more than 2 people, but let's say you got 1 person here, 1 person here, 1 person, actually 8 people would be the best. So you have that whole octagon. If you remember octagon, that was from the video before. We talked about doing the octagon, stepping by yourself. Now let's say there's like several people around you. The instructor will have the first person have Thomas come in. And this is why you have to get the group class. You can only do so much training by yourself. Tell him to close eyes. He'll give everybody a number out of order. You're number 1, you're number 2, you're number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tom will open his eyes and the instructor will say, number 1, attack. Number 1 will come flying and he'll block, strike, quick, maybe do a quick takedown. Number 2, attack. This guy will come from here. Number 3, attack, go. Boom, 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 boom. And then number 4, go, wham. And he'll be doing his techniques. He'll be doing full takedowns, everything. Maybe there's knives, guns, and clubs. This guy comes at him with a club. Wham, he makes up his move, and he does his thing. This guy comes at him with a knife. Boom, and he's got a knife, and he's doing his techniques. Back and forth. That's the dragon circle. Then, as you start to progress in it, your instructor will have 2 people come at one time. He'll say numbers 4 and 5. And then 2 people might come at you. That brings us to the next section, which is the Mushin, which is 2-person attack. So what'll happen is, I'll be here like this. Now you can put your 2 people to the sides of you, and you say go, and the 2 people attack you. You could have them on the same side. You could have them at 90 degrees. Tom in the front, Patrick here. You can have them, whatever. It doesn't really make a difference. You get them both behind you. It doesn't really make a difference where you put them. And when I say attack, I would turn, and then I have to deal with both of them coming in. It's not like one of those, not to, make fun of it, but Bruce Lee movies where he beats up 13 guys, and they all come in one after the other after the other. And this will tie us into the sparring section too. So when you're doing the 2-on-1 no mind drill, I'll say go, and they're going to attack. I don't know if they're going to kick, punch, or grab. I really don't know. We didn't really talk about it. We didn't talk about anything in the video. So from here, and what distances you have, Matt, is up to you. So when I say go, they're going to come and attack. Go! Now, right there, stop. What I did is I made a decision to come over to Thomas, because I see his hand coming out, and I think Patrick, can we come right over here? I think something happened. What'd you do?
Tried to grab it.
You tried to grab him. I know, I got in here like this, and I pulled him in. I got him in front of him. Now I only have to deal with one. I think you got over here somehow. You got over here fast. I only have to deal with one of them. If I wanted to run, I could run and take off that way. That's the key. So you start practicing the 2-on-1s. So whenever they're opposite this way, you have to make a decision. Let's say if I went to go to Patrick first, or Thomas. I don't really want to tell them because I don't know what they're going to do. So ready, go. Let's say I turn this way. I got behind him very quickly. You might say, Tom, that's great, because now it's easy. I'm only fighting one person. And you can see how simple it would be to do things. What happens if they both attack at the same time? Well, they all attack at the same time. I'm just making a conscious decision to go one way or the other. Is it better to go to the bigger or the bigger or smaller guy? It doesn't really make a difference. It depends what you kind of feel is your best way to go. If they're from behind you, you might turn and circle this way. In fact, it's never really equidistant where you're right in the middle. If you're here like this, and they're both coming at you, you might come in and go this way. Then you might have to come in and go this way and start fighting both of them. Boom, and this way, and dump them and put them in front. You just have to start practicing it. Nice and simple. 2-on-1 awareness drill. So the first drill is the dragon circle. We got different attacks coming in independently of each other. So your mind is going from knives to clubs to kicking to punching to grabbing. Then the next drill is the 2-on-1 no mind drill, where you just have them coming in. You can have them both on the same side. When you say go, and they come in, block, punch, boom, bang, boom, and then you deal with them. You did a quick strike or two to him and you went that way. It doesn't really make a difference. You can even go on the offensive, and when they could say go by moving, and you might come in and just go wham right to the eyes, and then hit him here, and then hit him here, and hit him here, and then go back to him. That's the concept. When you do 2-on-1 sparring, we practically just did it. just before. See how all the concepts come together? If we did 2-on-1 sparring, I cannot do this. There's no magic at 5th degree black belt. I'm going to get a beating. What I want to do, if I have to, I'll do it. I'll take his knee out, go to his throat, and go to the next guy and run. But whenever possible when dealing on 2-on-1, I want to try to, let's move out this way a little bit, and get in front of getting them in front of each other so I don't have to deal with both of them at one time. You know, there's no magic here. I want to try to get, now watch this. If Tom wants to step that way, I'm going to sweep Patrick that way. Then I got to only deal with Tom. I only have to deal with one guy at a time. If he gets up as I'm still fighting him, boom, I got to do a quick move. And that's what's beautiful, like I've Commission 16, you come through and snap and come in and hit, boom. You right? Yeah. Okay. That's the key. So whenever you do 2-on-1 sparring, it's not about trying to deal with this and try to do this. That's coming in a second. I'd rather keep it separate and out this way. Your instructor will give you many techniques to get to different directions. Now, when you're doing 2-on-1 jiu-jitsu techniques, you're actually letting them grab you. That means you failed to keep them where? All the other stuff we just talked about, you didn't really do so good, all the evasive techniques. So now all of a sudden, they've grabbed you. What do? Well, when two people grab you, when anybody grabs you, you gotta take out somebody's balance. That disturbs them. I right now feel pretty comfortable taking out Thomas's balance. So from here, come on up. So what I would do from here is Pat weighs more than me, probably weighs more than Tom. But when I knee Tom this way, Tom's falling and then my weight is falling too. That's why I bring Patrick off balance. I sweep Thomas, now I can start to take Patrick's arm and turn it in and go this way. Now what am I gonna do? I can do fancy, can roll over and do things of that nature. It doesn't really make a difference what I'm doing. Got back here online here. It doesn't really make a difference. The key is when you get grabbed from two people, start taking out somebody's balance. I took out Patrick's knee. Maybe what I'll do is I'll come back, take out Thomas. Punch in the base. If you get grabbed, 2-on-1 this way, you gotta start taking out somebody's balance. See, I took out Patrick's balance by tugging on his arm, hitting him in the nerve here, turning his head, and banging into Thomas's leg. I'm not saying Thomas is going to be down and that's it, but I just hit his balance. Then I hit him here and sweep him there. The key to 2-on-1 jiu-jitsu techniques is the balance. If two guys grab you with both your arms this way, you know, diving and flipping, that's not so good. You want to take out, what did I do to Thomas? Think about it quick. It was the knocking the pillars of the temple from the beginning of the video. 1, 2. I got him disturbed a little bit. Hit him here, boom, there. Hit Patrick, bang. I don't really want to start grappling and locking up with these guys because there's two of them. I want to disturb their balance and go for as many strikes as I can, which brings us to the next part. They get you so tight. How's my microphone doing here? They get you so tight that you really can't use your striking ability. They got everything kind of locked up. What you have to do is then use your rear end, your gluteus maximus there, and kind of lean on somebody's knee this way, kind of disturbing Thomas's balance. Maybe flexing your knee up this way, doing things, kind of backing up this way. You know, they always make it comical in a movie, but it can be done. So if you get caught up in the grappling on 2-on-1, the jiu-jitsu and the grappling, it's actually the same thing. The only thing different with the jiu-jitsu is you're just going to be doing a little bit more striking. With the grappling, you still want to be striking, but you're going to be working more on affecting everybody's balance a little bit more. Thank you, gentlemen. All those concepts, from the dragon circle, to the 2-on-1 no mind, to the 2-on-1 sparring, to 2-on-1 jiu-jitsu, to the 2-on-1 grappling Randori, all of it comes together. When you're working with two people, try to get them to lose their balance, strike the vital areas, keep your center moving, whether it's 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 or 3-on-1. You got to keep your center moving. If you started grappling with these guys on the floor, and I fell on the floor with both of them, that's what you have to do. We'll be doing that in 1 second. As we're doing our techniques, when you do the 2-on-1 grappling, you know, let's say this guy pushes you down to the floor, right? And you could have accepted his energy and made him go into him. You didn't do that. He came at you. You could have kicked and struck him. You didn't do that. As you were falling, he pushed you down. This guy gets on top of you. The key when you hit the floor is to try to not, right after you slap and protect yourself, try to keep moving so that you get an advantageous position. Because when you're dealing with 2-on-1 and he comes on you too, you're at a real limited position here. So what I need to do is, I've got my right arm free, I'm gonna try to elbow Thomas this way and keep rolling. I'm gonna snap Patrick's arm. You feel it, Patrick?
Yeah.
Boom, and I'm still fighting Tom. That's the key. The only way to practice this is keep doing it. What? Hold on, sorry, did. Technical difficulties. Okay. Now, when you're doing this, and now he's on top of me like this, I'm hurt. He's gonna be punching me in the head. He's doing things like this. I need to like take out Patrick, kind of crushing his throat this way, roll him this way, hit this way, axe this way, and do this here. And then he might come on my back. And when he's here, when we're doing this, and he gets on my back like this, and Thomas is hitting in front of me, I need to kind of like take out Thomas. A good choke will only take a few seconds. This way. Now, I got to disturb Patrick's balance. And you can see from my left foot right here, when they do, I'm going to push out his foot. And even if he's on my back still, he might not fall off. But I'm just going to try to, I got his other foot there now. I'm going to try to push him out a little bit. And then try to axe him this way. Always disturbing the balance. Thank you, guys. That's the key. Always disturbing the person's balance. When you're fighting 2-on-1, keep your center moving. You're like a revolving striking machine, and keep your balance moving, keep your center moving, whether it's on the floor or up top. 1, 2, 3, or more. There was something that's on the sheet that says bow staff application. Take the form that you learned at the last rank, take the staff set you learned at the previous rank, and the Joe staff form from the green belt ranks, and start to fool out your combinations, your KEMPOs, playing around with them. Do 1 and 2 kata, 1 and 2 pinion with that staff. Make up a little practice set with your training partner. Start working on self-defense drills with your partner. He comes at you with a staff, and do like very slow, repeat, very slow, like sparring sets, kind of reaction sets, move along with your partner. Start to learn to apply. It's kind of silly when I see some people say they know how to do, when I say, what weapons do you know? They go, I know how to do this, I have a staff form. Well, just having a staff form and doing a staff form and knowing the application of that particular staff form is great, but starting to take that application, that one form, and putting it to a wider application is the real key. Hit the bag with it. In my school I have a bag, it's like 6 foot, 110 pounds, in the shape of a man. We call him Mr. B for Mr. Bully. Put the staff, he has Velcro hands, work on him against it. Whatever you can do, just don't do the form. Work on your applications. There was a section for the breathing exercises called 5 Tibetan Rites that is on the sheet. If I was to go through them very quickly right now, I would be doing them a grave injustice. If I was to speak about them the way we spoke about, it would take at least an hour. I strongly recommend, there's a book by Peter Kelder called The Fountain of Youth. I'd like you to read that book, and it'll talk about all the rites, and it'll put you in the proper mental positioning to learn about those rites. It's just 5 exercises to kind of like, you know how you fix the timing on a car? It's to fix your internal timing, so to speak. Read that, and you'll understand what I mean. It's a 1-hour book. You can read right through it, and it'll really get you positioned. Another book, and actually if you follow our program, This book was a required reading at the last belt rank, brown belt second degree. At brown belt first degree, I can talk about this book, written by Bruce Lee, called The Tao of Jeet Kune Do, probably for 2 or 3 hours. It's an immense amount in here, but now this should be your handbook in upper brown belt to remember key things that you might have forgotten, or new areas that maybe haven't been explained to you yet. That's the key. You keep working on things. This is a kind of a handbook through first, second, third, and fourth for your black belt. Whenever you feel you're at a plateau in your training, you pick a concept and you work it. When you read it, you can read it all the way through and then read it by section, then read it by paragraph, almost to the point of reading by sentence. It's a good handbook for any martial artist that wants to have a very versatile technique. This belt rank coming up is the big one, black belt first degree in our art. Well, you'll be asked to answer 100 questions on a variety of topics. The reason why we do this, we want you paying attention to the instructors in class, reading the suggested readings, and exploring understanding. We don't want to have illiterate black belts. You'll also be asked to do 2 board breaks with every limb, a variety. Good snap, good focus. The speed break I demonstrated before is not a requirement right now. That's just showing you things that'll be coming later. Work on your techniques. Practice well. I enjoyed helping you with this information, the basic understanding from white to black belt. Good luck. If you have any questions, please feel free to write or to call. Good luck in your training.